a lot of things are playing underground, unfortunately. But the fact still remains that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the face of Christendom in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the face of resistance. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the face, of which every negotiation will be centered around him. Yes, concerning what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been talking about for years now. Unbelievably, it has become very glaring and significant all over the world now. The world leaders are discussing it as I'm talking to you. The issue of Christian genocide, the Fulani herdsmen attack on Nigeria soil, has triggered to a point, or has gotten to the peak where it is being discussed, at the global level now, and it is a sign that the U.S. intervention will lead to a total breakup of Nigeria. Yes, and I can tell you that it looks like Bola Ahmed Tinubu is also conscious of that, given the political structure that is lopsided now on the side of the southern part of the country as against the northern part of the country, which is being seen as a major target if there's going to be any decision at that global level on Nigeria. But the Catholic Association of Nigeria, and of course the other global Catholic associations, I'm not talking about Pope Leo himself, who has added a voice to what Donald Trump, United States of American government is trying to do in Nigeria. He made it very clearly that from what he has been getting as report, shows that Nigerian government is culpable and over the issue of killings, and the intervention of the United States of American government under Donald Trump is a welcome development, because series of reports has come through to Vatican powers, where the Pope sits, as the lordship in that silicon nation. Let me just use that word like that. So right there in Sicily, the Pope has taken a stand concerning the proposed invasion in Nigeria. A lot of people does not understand what that really means at this point in time. That that the separation and disintegration of Nigeria is coming by gradually, and is gradually getting momentum. Nigeria is being put on the world map now, and every hand and everything is discussing. Also, but if you're talking about Christian genocide currently now, with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu currently, struggling to free himself from illegality of the DSS and the Nigerian government, is also in synergy with what the world leaders are trying to decide at this point in time. For the Pope to have added his voice on that regard means it's a clear go ahead for United States government, and of course the religious organizations all over the world. I'm talking about Christian organization, which of course the Pope is the head of all the churches all over the world, and he has also added his voice. For the Pope to have said something about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and of course said about something about genocide in Nigeria, I believe it has getting traction all over the world currently now. And the issue now is how the Nigerian is being given a limited time to decide whether to do the needful or not. But it has come to the global limelight now that the Biafran movement, or cause, let me just put, or sovereignty or recognition, let me put it that way, is being becoming something that is actually attached to the issue of the Christian killings in Nigeria, and a lot of proposal has been put there at the Oval Office. That in case of breakup, the southern part of the country, Biafrans who are majorly Christians should be allowed to gain their sovereignty, from the northern caliphate, who have insisted that it is a must that Nigeria must definitely embrace Sharia, and Sharia on certain part of the country is definitely going to lead to unfortunate uprising. And the reason why America are here, with full options being put on the table at that Oval Office where Donald Trump is currently sitting. We are hearing now that the government of the United States of America has reopened, and decisions are being taken in that regard. Calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release is not just a statement. It's something that the world want to see happen. And unfortunately, the Nigerian government has not been able to establish any issue or indictment, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So what we are seeing about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not prosecution but persecution, and that is where the world is getting angry over the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And remember, the symbol of Christianhood in Nigeria now is being built around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has actually become a phenomenon, when it comes to the persecution of Christians in Nigeria, the killings, and there's no doubt about that. Nobody can deny jihadist tendencies in Nigeria. Nobody can deny, that certain sects and forces are bent on, crippling the entire southern part of the country. Because in the north, they are actually demanding for caliphate. In the middle belt, which are majorly Christians, are being massacred as part of the ongoing, jihadist movement, to take over territories and impose Sharia and Islamic law. So and that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has represented over the years. That's what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has advocated and brought to global and international limelight. But unfortunately, Nigerian government are trying to manipulate that process of judgment, and we are seeing a stiff resistance to that regard. So kudos to bishops and Catholic organizations all over the world who has added their voice to the ongoing trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, the United States of America, not only the United States of America that is involved completely now, more nations are showing interest, especially coming from the EU aspect, yes, and NATO nations, are also joining the Baltic nations to call for the sovereignty of Biafra. And what baffles a lot of people is that the Middle Belt currently now are saying that it is only Biafran sovereignty restoration that will stop the ongoing Osman Dafodio descendants from carrying out this manner of senseless and unnecessary killing in the name of faith or whatever, or establishment of Islamic government.
But from what the Pope, prior to this time, when about 200 were massacred in Benue, he came out to say that the government should take charge, like the current president should make sure that he take charge of the security of the country. But from what he's saying now, do you not think when the likes of the Pope are coming out to interfere in the security of Nigeria, the likes of Donald Trump, do you not think, just like you said, do you not think there's no way as regards this, that this might lead to the final integration of Nigeria?
Of course, that is the fear of the northern hegemony, and the northern hemisphere and their political actors are that from that axis, But the problem is that, we are having reservations over the decision of the Southwesterners, who are almost 50%, Muslims, and it happens that the Sultan of Sokoto is the president of all the Muslims, in Nigeria. And so, if we look at it from different perspectives, and what is actually is this jihadists looking for? They are looking for, a sovereignty that would guarantee a caliphate and Islamic government. Why the Southern Christians led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is soliciting and asking that Nigeria should be granted a nation called Biafra as a Christian nation, and by so doing, we will have been able to solve the issue of one Nigeria, which the jihadists and other factors are using as infiltration, in killing and disaliving thousands of Christians all over the world. But they can't have it that more Christians are being disalived than Muslims. If you look at the recent statement credited to ISIS, they said it very clearly that they would never stop killing Christians in Nigeria. So if ISIS can come out and make that kind of statement, no, what does that actually tells you? It tells you that the target, is not really what other people are thinking. The target has always been the Christian in a dominated geographical area, and the quest to conquer them and subdue them to Islamic government, the way they want it to be. A lot of things are playing underground, unfortunately. But the fact still remains that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the face of Christendom in Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the face of resistance. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the face, of which every negotiation will be centered around him.
So the people chatting his name, when he went to the Supreme Court to submit, that petition against Omotosho. But do you not think that with the way things are going now, do you not think his name is becoming bigger and bigger every now and then?
Okay. And that's what a lot of people are saying. Unfortunately, Obasanjo made a very, very sensitive statement concerning the Nigerian judiciary and the way Amana Bola Ahmed Tinubu is bent on handling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, the case. People, if Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, people will not be hailing him right there at the Supreme Court premises. So it tells you a lot of things about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's gaining momentum. He's gaining, publicity. More and more followers, are beginning to queue into the Nnamdi Kanu ideology. And as one of the, renowned, freedom fighter, heading a movement that has to do with, agitation for separation and sovereignty of a nation called, Biafra. So thousands and millions of Christians, whether in the north, in the middle belt, in the southwest, wherever they are looking at, Biafra as a refuge, where they can actually be protected from whatever that is happening within the northern hemisphere. And that is why the international community and the world leaders at this point in time will look at it deeply, that it is not a matter of coming to intervene militarily, but how can you solve this problem and solve it permanently? And that is what the EU is trying to tell Donald Trump, and other religious organizations are trying to tell Mr. Trump that I think it has gotten to a point that Biafra should be the solution of Christian killing in Nigeria.
When I was the ambassador, we had Nigeria on the special watch list, and then we made them a country of particular concern because this was going on. And it's continued to take place, only it's growing. You've got more terrorist groups in the area. You've got more weaponry coming in. You've got more Christians being killed, and it's spreading throughout the region. You could have a caliphate, an Islamic radical caliphate, throughout the middle of Africa that would have 500 million people if you don't get on top of this. And yet, like you say, nobody even knows it's going on.
Freedom of the Biafrans finally come to fruition.
Listen, Trump has been doing enough. American lawmakers, American congressmen at Capitol, they are doing enough. Look at that American chief of staff. I don't know what to understand. She has been doing enough. Even the senators, the lawmakers in America, yes, Cruz, they have been doing enough. And let me tell you, time shall come when, if they refuse Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom, we are going to do it money for money, blood for blood. Blood for blood, and we are coming here to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are many Igbo American war veterans. They are in the United States of America. They are warning them. I'm telling you that these warnings, this current trending is not a new issue to Aso. As I'm talking to you now, Aso has been receiving phone calls 24 hours, ringing, answering. Bayon Onoga could not talk again because they have actually shut up his mouth. And he's talking, but he's talking trash. What he's saying has no meaning to Nigerians because everybody in Nigeria is hungry. The economy is bad. They don't run the economy well. People that are managing Nigeria are loopers. They have been reaping Nigerians, reaping Nigerians, reaping Nigeria. That's why Omol Lechowore is now like a fish bone on their necks. I'm saying it exactly how it is. Tinubu did not win election. Bayo Onanuga is not supposed to be a spokesperson of or for any government in Africa because he doesn't control what comes out from his mouth. Bayo Onanuga is just there to condemn, and to incite war against Igbo nation, against Obi, against obedient movement. What is there to fight for is to fight for the most corrupt party, political party in Africa, APC. Bayo Onanuga is tired of cruelty. In fact, he is pregnancy with animosity, hostilities, and cruelties, and he's gonna give birth very soon. Genocide, Christian genocide is going on across Nigeria, and you can see most of the clergies, Christian clerics, pastors, reverend fathers, debunking and renouncing it, turning their back on such claim that United States of America is not saying the right thing. But as of me, as far as I'm concerned, there is much Christian genocide going on across Nigeria. Look at the current attack in Kaduna State. A pastor was killed. The rest of the members of the church were kidnapped, abducted into the bush. So who is telling me that no Christian genocide? Is it because of what Fanny Kayode? Is it because of what Fanny Kayode and Reno Mokri is saying? They are saying that, but America, through the Office of Global Access, they are watching Nigeria. Nigeria is on the watch list of the United States, and everything about insecurity that is happening to largely Christians in Nigeria, America is following up. So what I believe is that White House and Washington, they are doing the right thing. Trump is doing the right thing. There is genocide going on around Nigeria, and America has put Nigeria on the watch list. A particular concern, as they said, special concern by United States of America in that regard. USA under Trump is right. Christians are dying. Attack in Ondo, Akure, St. Augustine Catholic Church. 47 worshippers, Christians, were killed. Attack in the United Gospel, ministry in Southern Kaduna. A pastor was killed. So I don't know what anybody is saying by lamenting there is no Christian genocide going on. My own lamentation is that pastors, clergies, fellow Christians, seminarians have been gone down various, times over time and over time. And you see, on a global framework, Nigeria has been regarded as a terrorist country. There's no how I'm gonna debunk it because I'm trying to say I'm proud of Nigeria. I'm not proud of Nigeria. Nigeria is a place of immorality, a place of wickedness, a place of cruelty, a place of animosity, a country that turned its back on her citizens. Look at what we are calling human capital, human investment. It is not in Nigeria. Nigerian human beings, that is citizens, are suffering, dying of hunger, and you want me to be proud. America should leave Nigeria to play. America should not leave Nigeria. If America leave Nigeria like that, the whole politicians, they will kill every Nigerian, eat our meat. Those people called Nigerian politicians, if they see opportunity to slaughter all Nigerians and eat their meat, they will do it. Look at Akpabio in the house, like a hippopotamus. Is that one defending Nigerians? Is he defending Christians? He's telling you that Christians are not killed. No genocide, Christian genocide going on. Accusing another people entirely of Christian genocide instead of Boko Haram, Mahmuda, Al-Shabaab, ISIS, ISWAP, Fulani herdsmen. He is accusing the wrong persons. So I'm not proud of this country. America is saying the right thing when we could not actually brush off our teeth. Allow Americans to come and brush it for us because they know how to do it the best. Nigeria is going down. Nothing is working well in this part of the world.
Well, I think Trump have finally come out to order the U.S. Congress to investigate, this killing going on in the southeast, in the south and the middle belt. Do you think that with this investigation, do you think that Aso Rock will not be in complete panic?
Aso Rock will be in complete panic. Why? Because they are not doing the needful. Aso Rock over the years, has been inhabited by monsters called Kappa, Lagos boys all around Tinubu. All they know is making their money, amassing wealth, building houses all over South Africa, all over the country, investing their money in the Western Europe. They don't care about how Nigerians feel. Look at the cost of fuel. Look at the cost of crude oil. fuel, petroleum product is now on high price. It's going to be above 1,000 naira very soon. And they are telling me that there is Aso Rock. Who are the people at the Aso Rock? People at Aso Rock are the Lagos boys all around Tinubu. I might name them. Bayo Ononoga number 2 is Rajabia Mila, 3, Dela Alake, and many of them. And they look at the lawmakers whereby Devil's Whale Akpabio is just senating for nothing, making law and violate laws, making law, you know, snatching somebody's wife from him. And that upper chambers of the legislative has not done anything about it. So nobody cares. What I know is that Aso Rock has failed. The whole countries are in shambles and the economy has spoiled. And Nigerians are feeling very, very bad about it. So nobody is feeling well because the economy of the country is in shambles. So you can see nothing is working at all. Like I hinted on, petroleum product price is going to go beyond 1,000 naira very soon. And there's nothing Nigerians are going to do. Because these people, they use the gun, they hold us on gunpoint. Look at tax reform. Tax reform, Nigerians are paying with their blood. A situation whereby my brother was controlling 3 shops at Echaga. Out of that 3 shops, he's paying each shop 30,000, 30,000. Not rent, oh. Not rent, no, for tax to Lagos state government and the federal government of Nigeria. 30,000 each. Imagine, he said they are charging him per product he's selling. They said, you are going to pay for electrical. You are even selling articles, rope, football, nails, key. You are going to pay each. You know that kind of level that people from Southwest could go, taxing Igbo man in his business, thinking that after you tax the man, when you come to buy market, the man will not regain it, selling his product very expensive to you. So the Igbo man is paying 90,000, 3 chops. Imagine, not rent, light. Tax, not light, not water, tax. Imagine the level that the government has gone to obtain, to do 419, to dupe Nigerians. They are duping us. We are at the edge of giving to government. We are not receiving from government. Government is not giving us anything. We are not receiving from government. We are the one giving. If they break now, you will see Federal Internal Revenue with their bags, obtaining people, duping negotiants, duping businessmen, traders, collecting money from them. What have you given to these people as government? You have not given anything to these people for being what? The people in charge of various state agencies, federal agencies. They are the ones feeding you, paying you a salary. You are collecting money from them weekly, monthly, yearly. What is it that you have given to the masses? Nothing. Criminality, dupe. They are the one duping Nigerians. And I'm telling you that this part of world called Nigeria, we are tired of government criminalities. They have been obtaining businessmen, factory, company owners, industrialists. Every now and then, Nigerians are paying from their blood, with their blood, especially Igbo traders in Southwest. Look at what is going on at Alaba Axis. They will be paying and paying taxes, paying lockup chop, paying trade permit, paying for the sand, paying for this, paying for dustbin, paying. It's all about paying in the Southwest. I don't know the kind of tax reform we find ourselves in. Federal will come, state will come, and they keep on what? Siphoning Igbo traders. Igbo traders are much concerned. That's why I'm much concerned about, because they have lost much money. If that wasn't enough, what about demolition of their various businesses, establishments all over Lagos? Look at Trade Fair, Panda. The kind of ultra-modern shopping malls that were bulldozed down by Lagos state government. After collecting taxes, after collecting land use, they still demolish their businesses. We are tired of Nigeria. That's why I'm telling you that we are no longer intimidated. But one thing is for sure. If Nigerian nation think that Igbo man is a slave, they have gotten it wrong. Go to southeastern Nigeria and see where they are living like kings. Poverty rate is lowest in the southeastern Nigeria. That is the stuff the Igbo men are made of.
The freedom of the Biafra finally come to fruition.
Listen, Trump has been doing enough. American lawmakers, American congressmen at Capitol, they are doing enough. Look at that American chief of staff. I don't know what I understand. She has been doing enough. Even the senators, the lawmakers, in America. Yes, Cruz. They have been doing enough. And let me tell you, time shall come when, if they refuse Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom, we are going to do it money for money, blood for blood. Blood for blood, and we are coming here to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are many Igbo American war veterans. They are in the United States of America. They are warning them. I'm telling you that these warnings, this current trending is not a new issue to Aso Rock. As I'm talking to you now, Aso Rock has been receiving phone calls 24 hours, ringing, answering. Bayo Onanuga could not talk again because they have actually shut up his mouth. And he's talking, but he's talking trash. What he's saying has no meaning to Nigerians because everybody in Nigeria is hungry. The economy is bad. They don't run the economy well. People that are managing Nigeria are loopers. They have been ripping Nigerians. That's why Omol Lecho is now like a fish bone on their necks. I'm saying it exactly how it is. Tinubu did not win election. Bayo Onanuga is not supposed to be a spokesperson of or for any government in Africa because he doesn't control what comes out from his mouth. Bayo Onanuga is just there to condemn, and to incite war against Igbo nation, against Obi, against obedient movement. What is there to fight for is to fight for the most corrupt party, political party in Africa, APC. Bayo Onanuga is tired of cruelty. In fact, he is pregnancy with animosity, hostilities, and cruelties, and is going to give birth very soon.
The purpose of this event is to try to make sure that the Congress of the United States, the administration of this country, our friends and allies around the world, and not least, of course, people of goodwill in this country and elsewhere, are on notice that Nigeria is at risk of disastrous collapse, that the forces that we've just been talking about are in the process of taking down a country that is the most populous in Africa, with horrific implications, not just for the immediate vicinity, the Lake Chad region as it's known, but for that continent and almost certainly others beyond. Congressman Wolf mentioned Bona, talking about a catastrophe that would make what has happened to Europe in the past few years, as a relatively small number of people migrated there with unbelievably chaotic consequences, look like a day at the beach by comparison. We're on notice. And the question is, do we have to wait until this horror is upon us before something is done about it? Or do we take steps now to try to prevent that? And I don't think any of us is saying that this is a panacea, but the appointment of the appropriate individual